It's bold, it's brash, and it's back. FIBA 3x3 at its very best. Coming up, 2013 World Tour winner Jasmine Hercegovac on what it's like to be a title contender again. And the defense never rests. Mate Moji is laying down the law for Budapest. Plus, ever want to know about the tricks of the trade? You need to hear what dunk specialist Smooth has to say. Debrecen hosts a sporting event that has its roots in the parks and streets. A game played on a half court with one hoop over a 10-minute period with 12-second shot clocks and a first team to 21 points winner. It's fun, it's urban, and it's street smart and beautiful hungry. Novi Sad Alwada, Lubiana, Belgrade, and Sao Paulo made it through the pool round in Debrecen unbeaten. Pool A started with top seed Novi Sad Alwada beating Bordeaux 22-11. The defending World Tour champs played like a well-oiled machine. Dejan the Maestro Majstorovic and Marco Zero each knocked down a couple of twos for Novi Sad, who had 6 as a team. Split then eliminated Bordeaux with a 14-10 W. Duje Kali-Turner and Toni Mindolovic combined for 12 of Split's points. Novi Sad Alwada clinched first in Group A with a 21-16 win over Split. Dusan Bullet, the #1 ranked player in the world, had 10 points, and the Maestro dropped 8 as Novi Sad prevailed. In Pool B's first game, #2 seed Lubiana took on Budapest and scraped out a 21-18 victory. Tomo Chajic and Jasmine Hercegovac combined for 18 of Lubiana's points. Chajic had a couple of twos and the sharpshooting Hercegovac was locked in as well. He nailed 4 shots from beyond the arc. Budapest buried 4 twos and got a team-high 8 points from Tomas Ivosek. The Hungarian side had better luck the next time out against Dnipro. Oliver Bito and Mate Moji caught fire from long range with 3 two-pointers each, and Budapest rolled to a 21-9 win. Dnipro gave a much better account of themselves in their second game against Lubiana, but Hercegovac continued his hot start by drilling a couple more twos in the 17-14 Lubiana win. In Pool C's opener, #3 seed Krani cruised past Berlin. Minsu, Julevic, and Jaka each connected from downtown twice. Julevic had 8 points to lead the Slovenians to a 21-9 win. 6 seed Belgrade then made even quicker work of Berlin in the next game. They rolled to a 21-6 win. The Serbian outfit was in dazzling form. Nebojša Bošković and Ivan Popović each hit a couple of 2 balls and combined for 14 Belgrade points. That win set up a battle for first place in Pool C between Krani and Belgrade. Belgrade stormed to a 21-9 victory with Popović again hitting a couple of 2 balls. He and Danilo Mitrovic scored 7 points apiece, and Belgrade got partial revenge for their defeat to Krani in the semifinals of that 2015 Prague Masters. In Pool D, Sao Paulo DC, the first South American team to play in the European Masters, knocked off Amsterdam in the opening game. Leandro Souza de Lima, in his first World Tour event, had 3 twos and a game-high 11 points as the Brazilians edged it 17-16. Jesper Jobse, a few days removed from leading the Netherlands to a bronze medal at the 3x3 European Championship in Bucharest, nailed a couple of 2 balls and had 7 points. Amsterdam bounced back immediately. Joey Shelvis had a couple of 2s and 9 points as the Dutch won 18-15 over Debrecen. Shelvis was red hot. He entered the Debrecen Masters after winning the shootout at the European Championship. Sao Paulo won for the second time when they pulled away from Debrecen 18-10. Ismar Neto buried 2 shots from long range and had 6 points. Sao Paulo DC and Amsterdam advanced, and Debrecen suffered elimination. If Mate Moji looked like he was right at home with Budapest at the 3x3 Masters in Debrecen, he was. Moji lived and breathed the Hungarian city for 5 years while studying law.
I was born in Nyíregyháza. This is like 50 kilometers from this city, Debrecen. Basically, Debrecen is my second home. I was here for 5 years. I was attending law school. We are in the library of the law school, so I spent time here, like a lot of hours studying. After Budapest, this is the second biggest university city in Hungary. I was a professional player in the first league in Hungary, in Nyíregyháza, in my hometown. So after that, I finished law school. I moved to the city called Zalaegerszeg, and I play still 5-on-5 in first division of Hungary with my teammate of this Budapest team. We are playing for first division 5-on-5 and summer 3-on-3. 3-on-3 is a no-coaching sport, so you need a player in a team who can literally lead the others mentally and who can be on a coach on a court, so I think it fits me. This is what I can do and this is what I'm the best in. As in 5-on-5, in 3-on-3 also I'm like a coach in a team, so let's say a captain. We're just developing. I know we could increase our game. This is our second world tour after Prague. We could develop more, but I think we are on a good way.
In the legal profession, Moji may end up spending many an hour in court. For now, though, he spends a lot of time on a court, a basketball court. And Debrecen is a perfect place for that.
This place I spend a lot of time. Afternoons, this is full. So in those 6 courts, they are playing basketball all day long. In Debrecen, there were a lot of events, especially like last year it was a World Championship under 18. Now it's a World Tour. People here like sports. There are a lot of spectators in the events, so that's why they're gonna build a really official court here for official 3-on-3. So I think the city's goal is to make people be ready for it. This is an ancient church here, and this is the heart of the city. And the nightlife goes on here also. And for us players, it's really spectacular that we can play in front of this church. It's a really good feeling.
The first ever 3x3 professional team, Novi Sad Al-Wahda, stayed on track to win their second Masters of the season after Utsunomiya. They once again got a balanced attack in a 21-14 quarterfinal victory over Amsterdam. Dusan Bullet hit 3 twos, Marco Zero hit 2, the Maestro hit 1, while Marco Savage brought his usual toughness in passing to the forefront. Bulletproof finished with 7 points, while Sub-Zero and the Maestro had 6 apiece. Sergio de Randamai, the only member of the Amsterdam team that didn't feature at the European Championship, hit a couple of twos and scored 6 points.
They changed one player is half injury, so they use aggressive defense, give us easy 2-point shots, and that was the key of the game.
In the second quarterfinal, Belgrade had to pull out all of the stops to overcome local favorite Budapest 20-17. Tamas Ivosev erupted for 13 points for the Hungarians and hit one of the team's 3 shots from long range. Belgrade got 11 points from the high-octane Nebojša Bošković, and the Serbian side also connected on 4 shots from beyond the arc and scraped out a narrow triumph to silence the massive crowd.
This game was pressure on me and my team because we didn't play good in Prague Master, and we come here to show that we are one of the best teams in the world.
Tomo Čajić was running on all cylinders for Lubiana when he played against fellow Slovenians Krani in the third quarterfinal. The 9th-ranked player in the world hit 3 two-pointers and led all scorers with 12 points in a 22-14 W for Lubiana. Yasmin Hercegovac continued to have the red-hot hand, burying 2 more two-pointers, his 7th and 8th of the Debrecen Masters. Third seed Krani, the team that finished second at last year's World Tour final, simply did not have enough this time.
We play hard. We fight even when we've been down 4 or 5 points. We believe that we're gonna win. And at the end, you know, Tom makes some great shots.
Duye Kali Turner and Hervoye Marin wreaked havoc for Split in the fourth quarterfinal. Sao Paulo DC, with all eyes back in Brazil watching their progress, lost it 18-11. Kali Turner hit 3 two-pointers and Marlin drilled 2, and the pair scored a combined 15 points in the win. Leandro Souza de Lima had 6 points for Sao Paulo DC, but it wasn't enough.
I think we have a little bit more experience than the guys from Brazil. A tough game, tough opponent, and we hope to not stop here, win another game.
Balazs Kerpel-Fronius, Ales Kunc, Marco Savage, and Eddie Steiner each made it through qualifying to the final. Balazs Kerpel-Fronius and Kunc got into a strong position with 8 points in the final round. But the cream always rises to the top. Marco Savage of Novi Sad Awada knocked down enough shots to get 10 points and the victory.
I always like to, do a lot of stuff with the basketball. When I just started to think that I can transfer my freestyle moves to the trick shots, I'm like, oh, I need to try it. And someday, maybe like a few years back, I decided to film it and put it on internet. Then I got a good feedback on it, and I decided, wow, why would not do this more often? Dunking is a competitive sport, basketball is competitive sports, trick shots is just for fun, it's just for me. I'm just going to my gym when I'm bored at home, when I don't want to do basketball practice or dunking practice, I just go and film trick shots. It was crazy when I saw that Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, all these big channels started to repost my videos. I was like, wow, actually somebody is watching my videos, that's good to know. 30% of my trick shots are first try, but sometimes, like the longest trick shot to film took me like 40 minutes. It wasn't enjoyable anymore. It was so mad. I made it and I was like, my first big trick shot was actually in Baku in the European Games last year. So I was doing this Trick Shot Monday thing on Instagram, and it was Monday in Baku, and I needed to film something. And I asked Simon, my agent, please film my trick shot. And oh, we will take an hour. And I grab the ball, spin it on my finger, do a handstand, and put it between my legs, over a backboard to the rim for first try. It was so good to show my friends and show my agent that I can do it from first try.
There were some players with some serious hops in the dunk contest at the 3x3 Masters in Debrecen. The lineup of Kristaps Targais, Dmitry Smooth Kurvenko, and Adek Aro Przybylski came up with some eye-popping rim rattlers in the semifinal.
The pass off the board and the windmill for Kristaps Targais. Behind the back, a 360 dunk. What about that? It should be a 10. Yep, 2 10s and a 9.
When it was done, Targais and Smooth were neck and neck with 54 points. They advanced to the final. Each got some serious lift in their head-to-head showdown.
The move, who is making the crowd go wild here. A lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So let's see. Oh, let's go home. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. That has to be a perfect 30. Are you kidding me? I've seen something that I've never seen before, and that's a perfect 30.
This dunk called the win. Jordan Kilgannon nailed it for the first time on regulation, and I'm the first one who does it in a contest constantly. And I'm so happy I made it from the first try today. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh my goodness! He made it! This is way too sick. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. Dmitry Krivenko putting on a show here in downtown Debrecen.
The imaginative head-turning dunks from Smooth gained the judges' attention just a little bit more and won him the title. Smooth collected a nice paycheck too. You know what they say, you drive for show, you dunk for dough. Novi Sad Awada turned on the style once again in the first semifinal of the 3x3 Debrecen Masters. Bulletproof continued to tear apart the opposition, and on this occasion, it just happened to be Belgrade. The world number one scored more points than the entire opposing team, and Novi Sad rolled to a 21-11 victory. Novi Sad's other players put in work too. The Maestro and Sub-Zero each had a two-pointer, and Savage weighed in with 3 points. Belgrade had a great tournament. Nebojša Bošković had been their leading scorer in Debrecen, but Novi Sad restricted him to just 2 points. Ivan Popović, Marko Petrović, and Danilo Mitrović each had 3 points for Belgrade in the semifinal.
They're a really good team, and I hope they got the result to get to the Abu Dhabi. Oh, I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I'm barely moving, but I don't know. I just enjoy every moment of this tournament.
In the other semifinal, that man Hercegovac struck again. The Iceman caught fire from long range and buried 5 two-pointers for Lubiana as they claimed a 21-16 win over Split. Hercegovac scored 12 points and moved to within a single point of Novi Sad's Bulletproof, who had 36 points through the semifinals as the tournament's leading scorer. Split went down swinging. After falling behind 18-10, the Croatian team reeled off 6 unanswered points to close the gap to 18-16, but they would get no closer.
Definitely it's a great boost for us. I mean, every win, especially against the top-ranking team in the world, it's a great boost. So we are hoping we are going forward to do it again, and it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be El Clasico.
Jasmin Hercegovac arrived in Hungary with Lubiana for the Debrecen Masters with the idea that something special might be about to happen again. 3 years ago, he hit the heights of 3x3 basketball by winning the World Tour in convincing fashion. Hercegovac and his Slovenian team, Brezovica, marched to the title game in the city where East meets West, going undefeated and knocking off Rising Powers Novi Sad in the title game.
It's always easier to win something than to stay on the top. So 2014 wasn't a good year for us, and we changed things after 2014 about practicing, about food, about being more in shape, and giving thoughts about more details in the game, because game is always developing, and right now I think game is on the highest level. 5-on-5, 3-on-3. It is a difference. It's still basketball, but it's another type of condition you need to have for playing it. It's more intensive, it's more explosive. I realized at the end of 2014 that I cannot anymore rely, I would say, on my genetics. So eating whatever I want, practicing not that much, and just being like a good player. So I've changed that. Aleš Kunc was my mentor. He was trying to do that with me for many years. At the end, that was, maybe I can say, last train for us. And in 2015, we made the progress. Now we are showing, I think, really good basketball this year. Today I feel 10 years younger than I felt 2 years ago.
If Hercegovac came up short of the big wins in the 2 years since the World Tour final triumph, 2016 has already been different. Lubiana went on an impressive run at the Prague Masters and got impressive victories over Novi Sad Awada and Saskatoon to capture the title and qualify for this year's World Tour final.
First day we almost finished our competition, but on the second day we shown probably best basketball this year. Maybe even better than 2013. Definitely we are back, and I hope we will stay here as much as we can. Our goal is always to win everything. And winning Master, 2 challengers this year, for us it's definitely like a really good boost for the finals in the Abu Dhabi. I'm just hoping that my team will be in shape without injuries, and our dream is to end our careers in Tokyo on Olympic Games.
In the final, fans watched the clash between old rivals Lubiana and Novi Sad Awada. Lubiana had beaten Novi Sad in the World Tour final just 3 years ago, but Novi Sad went on to bigger and better things immediately after, winning the last 2 World Tour finals. This year before Debrecen, the team split their encounters at the World Tour. The Debrecen final was also a showdown between 2 of the best players in 3x3, talking about Dusan Bulut and Yasmin Hercegovac. Lubiana started the championship game on a good foot and took the early lead. Things looked bleak for Novi Sad when Dejan Majstorovic had to be carted off the court after spraining his ankle as well. But yet, the reigning champs came back anyway. A major sequence in the contest came with less than 4 minutes remaining. Trailing 10-9, Lubiana twice had opportunities to take the lead, but missed. When Novi Sad got the rock in their hands, Bulut drove on the baseline and then whipped a pass to a wide-open Marco Zero in the right corner. Sub-Zero drilled a big 2-pointer for a 12-9 lead. The number 1 3x3 team in the world seized the momentum for good and pulled away for a 21-12 triumph and their second Masters title of the season. Bulut had 2 shots from long range go in and finished with a game-high 11 points, his 3rd double-digit outburst in 5 games. The clutch Sub-Zero, meanwhile, had 7 points. Hercegovac, who had been in sparkling form the entire tournament, scored just 3 points in defeat. At least for the Slovenians, they had already booked their place in the World Tour final after winning the Prague final in early August.
I hope Majstorovic is going to be back soon. I wish him best, and they are better today. That's it.
Maybe because we don't have nothing to lose then, because we play with 3 players, we are tired and stuff like that. So with aggressive defense, a few open shots, we play really good game.
There were big shots, big blocks, crazy passes, and sick moves at the Debrecen Masters. But which ones drew the most oohs and ahs? There were several plays that stood out, let me tell you, and here are the top 5. Number 5, what's the best way to beat a good defender? Just go for it. Nebojša Bošković of Belgrade goes behind the back, changes direction, and straight blows past former Novi Sad teammate Dusan Bulut on the way to the cup. Number 4, of course, not everyone takes on Bulut and lives tail to tail, right? This time, Bulut sends this one back where it came from. Block you very much, sir. Number 3, you gotta love the fundamentals like the pump fake. Mensud Julovic uses it to perfection right here and ends up with an emphatic smash as a result. Number 2, maybe the most beautiful play is the pass that splits a defense and finds the intended target right on the money. When it's of the behind-the-back variety, oh my goodness! The world number 1 Bulut does it again, feeding Marco Savage. And number 1, The ability to put the ball on the deck and leave Marco Zero for dead gave Tony Mindolevic the honor of the top play. My man Sub-Zero gonna have to put them ankles on ice though. The Debrecen Masters was a terrific event in this 5th season of the 3x3 World Tour. The next Masters is right around the corner. It'll be live from beautiful Beijing, China, the 16th and 17th of September. Now remember, you can follow it live with the hashtag 3x3WT on FIBA 3x3 social media channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. So, peace out from Debrecen. We'll see you in China.